All right, good morning from Hong Kong. Bit hungover this morning. Yesterday, had some folks stop over for a visit, and we ended up drinking several cases of Heineken. But I did have a very good productive day. Over here on the starboard side, I've got a really good handle on these windows. I'm almost finished. Kind of got to do it in stages. So I can remove the tape and that make it kind of easier for sanding as well. I've got that. That's all been Silcaflexed. So I've got a hole there. We did get some dew last night, and I've got some water in places, but it's not here. Got some sawdust, but this one's done. Just got to use the polyester urethane on it. I got to do those windows yet, but on this. It's kind of gone all the way around the outside. I've kind of done a little decorative little circles here from where the Silcaflex is. I just went over it with a hand sand to take some stuff off, take it down so that I can smooth it back out and where my high points are in that. But it's coming there. It's kind of sealed, but this area was so bad that whatever wood I could chisel out, the bad wood I could chisel out, is gone. I put in some of that marine epoxy, but just the wood was just too far gone. Too many splinters, too much separation. So I used that as a foundation. The dry wood that was still good that was there, I left as my form. I still have to sand it down, but up here and then also up there. But now I've got to do the outsides. So. But where these little lines are, like right here, I've got to mask off here, mask off here, mask off here, and do like that. With pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4 windows and that. So, oh, there's the garbage, folks. They picked up my garbage. Then it's nice around here. What they do is they give you these yellow bags. You get a yellow bag. And hopefully they threw it up top here. There it is. They give you these yellow bags, and every morning they come around and they collect your rubbish off your boat. So, and it's from the Marine Department, and that's it. So you've got, so you don't. It says in here in Cantonese, keep our waters clean. And here's your hotline. Call 1-823, their hotline, if you see anybody littering. But it's kind of cool. But anyway, back to the topic here. But this is all done. This window's 100% done. Just got to kind of finish off. Oh, and I found out, I went and I talked to some of the old timers. Had Yamcha yesterday afternoon. So yeah, it's afternoon tea. But I talked to them, and what had happened with this boat, I kind of got some of the history on this boat. It went into the shipyard for an anti-fouling in the 1990s. And what they had done is, over on the Appalachian side, this was up in the slipway, so it was up on the land, and they had 2 slipways. So in between it, they had an overhead crane, and when they would have a delivery of like an engine or something, it doesn't usually come from the Appalachian side. It would come from the Hong Kong Island side. Then they'd take it across the typhoon shelter to the Appalachian Island. And then the overhead crane would pick it up off the boat, and then it would slide it down to the front where they had their workshops. It was always in the front. Well, I guess something happened with the crane. The old timers can tell me exactly what happened, but the engine fell here. And that's why this piece of wood is busted. This is all new railing. And that, but what happened is the engine had come in, and it had, from this end, like a couple of these supports, it had gone in. And that's what this crack is. It's because it went in a little bit, and on the inside you do not see any cracks. But in here it was held on tight, but the engine knocked it here and went in. This was solid, but this is what gave way. This is the weakest link. So that gave in, and that's what kind of opened that back up. But when I had the shipbuilder came over, He put in that whatever hydraulic epoxy or whatever it is. They said that it will crack above it or below it, but it will never crack again where this crack is, which is kind of cool. And with the Silcoflex, you can just kind of see it's once you get the varnish on, I hope it's not going to be that noticeable. But that's kind of the history, and that's why. And then when they did that, they never fixed that floor because this must have something kind of gave way a little bit from when that engine. I mean, it was all these boats use Gardners. They're like 160 or 180 horsepower. So I mean, it's a pretty big engine. You know, it's a straight 6, and that's why I've got some of this pooling here. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in these drains, extra drains, so where that is. But everything else is solid below it, so I'm not really too concerned about it. But that's a little bit of history on the Bigfoot and why I have this crack. And but other than that, everybody says this is a really good boat, and it seemed to be a very, very popular boat for tourists. And it was owned by a company here that would pick up on the Hong Kong side. They go over to the public pier in Victoria Harbor and take people out over to Stanley Bay, Deepwater Bay, and Repulse Bay, and go swimming and stuff. And just a good party boat. So he says there's a lot of happy memories on this boat, and I plan on making more with it. And I'll probably be living on it as well. So it's my weekend autonomous playboat. So, Alan's Playboy Club on water. But that's where I'm at right now. I'm rambling on now. So once I go in and I do these and fix this area, I'm off to the port side and go do that. And hopefully, on Monday morning, I am varnishing. And after a couple coats of varnish and putting on the polyester urethane on the top, this next week I will have solar panels up on the top of this baby. All right, so I will keep you guys posted. Be good, be safe, be well. Bye-bye. All right, I've gone around and I've sealed up all these joints. I know it's overkill, but I'm a firm believer in redundancy. Just going to try to prevent any type of water touching that wood ever again. So the only thing I have to do is let it cure overnight now and give it a sand. Everything will kind of bleed in. It'll blend together, so the next time you see this, hopefully it's covered with varnish. I'm going to sand down this bottom piece of wood. I'm going to sand that down back to the wood, put in one seam of Silcoflex in the joint here, and get Silcoflex in there, and it'll be ready to varnish. Because then after that, I'll put a white Silcoflex that's going to be here, and this polyester urethane is going to go up to it. But before I can do that, I've got to put in those 2 drains that I need, and then after that, then I can do the outside here. But again, I need to get this area, so the pilot house forward, the V-berth roof and sides here, and then solar panels go on, and then the rest of it's just, you know, humping along. But it's sealed, or down to the wood. Again, I've got some brass screws that are visible, but again, she's got the scars showing some of the neglect. But it'll be watertight, or rain tight anyway. And the salt that gets on it is not gonna do any damage. There is absolutely no more silicone caulk on this side. So now it's time to go over and do the port side. So it's about 10 o'clock in the morning right now on Sunday, and I'm going to go take care of that. And I'll make one more video by the end of the day, and we'll put her online, and we'll see how far I've come today. Alright, be good, be safe, be well. Bye-bye. Alright, well, it is Sunday, it is the end of the day. Sun's going down, but it has been a sunny day. I have sanded down the port side, all the windows, and I've masked off, and I've just got Silcoflex in it now. Again, I have to sand it all down, because it's what Silcoflex is, totally sandable. Anyway, everything is sealed. I've kept the same pattern as I have on the other side, because you know you've got the wood here, there's a piece there, there's these joints, but I've used the putty knife and my finger. We've got everything pressed in, it's sealed. This is a non-movable piece of glass, so all the silicone has been taken out today, sanded everything down, and now it's been masked off. All Silcaflex. Everything in here is 100% Silcaflex. Again, there it is. So, again, matching little pattern in the middle, but I've got everything, and I've run out of Silcaflex. I had just enough to finish this, and again, when it's taken off my tape, you can see I've got kind of a mess. Well, again, it sands off. I sand it to make it what I want. So this is done. That's all done. I've just got to go and sand tomorrow. I've got to do this. I've done the other side. The other side is done. But yeah, this just has to be sanded. I've got to go back over all of this one more time. And it's looking good. It's looking very good. You see, when I pulled off the tape, you get some boogers. But again, it sands off really, really, really easy. But that's after it cures. And once you sand it flat, and varnish will stick right to it, and it's solid, and it sticks with the wood, keeps the wood dry. Varnish covers over the top of it. You've got this very good watertight barrier. So, port and starboard around the windows is all done. They are there. Alright guys, it's see that Heineken right there? It's calling my name. Alright, be good, be safe, be well. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.